JB first up.
It's a long version, Pat.
Yeah, I'm going to burn up 5 calories by the time this song is over. Wait a minute. Was that Angela coming on in? Angela in the house. Woo!
Okay.
Girl, you know how to make an entrance right at the end.
She did it.
Yes.
Wait a minute. I see Pat's got on green. Do we have to pinch Angela through the screen because she ain't got no green on?
Oh, wait a minute. Angela, aren't you the one who told us to put on green?
Oh, she got on the green there. She's slick.
Green.
Slick. Slick. That's
Well,
what it is.
see, what had happened was
It was.
we'll talk about this.
I don't know what she's saying.
I think her internet
Well-
is failing her.
You're-
There she goes. Say something.
Can you hear me now?
I hear
Yeah.
you now.
You're frozen, but we hear you.
Okay. Because North Carolina is having bipolar, St. Louis weather. So, I almost didn't have on green. I almost had on a purple turtleneck. And I said, for my girls, let me go and change a whole new outfit. But
Well, yeah.
So,
Well, it was, yeah.
happy Fun Friday, everybody.
I changed because of you.
No.
Yeah. I changed because of you.
VR sent the green memo.
Oh, I thought it was you who said.
Because of
See,
VR?
ladies and gentlemen, this is your coordinated effort from your Fun Friday crew. The right hand don't know what the left hand is doing. Somebody sent a memo. We respond. Don't know who sent the memo. I thought you sent the memo.
Hey, well, as long as it gets done, I don't care who gets credit. Because I'm in green, you're in green, and she in green.
Look, so hey, we did it. Guys, happy Fun Friday. We got roll call. JB is in the house. Y'all, JB seem excited on today. Thank you so much for joining us, JB. We got Caitlin all the way from Michigan hanging out with us on today. Hey, Caitlin, thank you for joining us. And of course, author Sharon Blunt is in the house hanging out with us on today. Guys, it is Fun Friday. We got lots of stuff to talk about from daylight saving time, missing that hour to this spring winter like weather. I don't know what the weather's doing. So, we're going to talk about that as well. We just going to talk about the goodness of. And then now, y'all, how about today? Y'all know, like the last couple of days for the national days, they don't have like a whole encyclopedia of what it is. I mean, today they had like themes of what today is. So we're going to talk about, but we're going to talk about all this gorgeousness that's in front of you, what you're wearing on today as well. And in addition to that, guys, it's getting closer to Queen of Exiles as well. So we got a whole bunch of stuff that we're going to be talking about. By now, I think everybody, Pat, you guys, okay, yeah. See, hey, we coordinating with the purple. See, VR, my purple turtleneck would have been matching this. My purple.
But it's not your day.
But anyway,
it's not your day. It's St. Patty's Day, which is really my day.
Yeah.
So it's not your day. It's green.
Actually, it's my day. I'm Riley.
Well, okay, I got that. Okay, you going there? I got it.
Yeah. You bring out your slave master daddy too.
Hey, I got you. I can up
Bring it out, girl.
Okay.
What you got?
Okay. Is it my turn?
It's your turn. Bring it.
Okay. Well, number one,
what you wearing today?
Okay, I had on these earrings because I was going to show a little of the 70-degree weather they had Wednesday, and I had on a hoodie because to show the 18-degree wind chill factor. But then when I got the memo that I thought was from you, but was really from VR, this is a long story. I always got a long story. So then when they said green, but there's so many different shades of green. So then, okay, I put this on because this has all the shades. But then I said, well, if I got the wrong shade, then bam. Okay. So then, okay, I got this jacket that, I really like this jacket because it got this here. But then I said, well, if that's
Pat,
the wrong
Pat, that's my style right there. Yes.
If it's the wrong shade of
green.
But look, if it's the wrong shade of green, bam, I got the green lining. But then I had to put on the jacket because my green sweater that I got here was a little wrinkled. Okay. So since today they're honoring Irish roots, okay, and I'm
trying to count how many pieces of lead and took off.
I ran out.
Was that full?
The earrings.
See, so Pat, if I would have worn that on neck, I mean, you got me covered in all that green. I mean, I would have been covered.
Took too long to put in, but because Riley thinks she's up me, bam! Here is my second great granddaddy, and the reason why I celebrate Irish. And bam! If you want to go there, look at the lady over here, which is
holy smoke. She gone all the way to the
right. Don't play with me, baby. I got
to the motherland.
Don't play.
Motherland.
Pat done brought out the ancestors.
Yes. All I got is maybe a governor in our ancestry line.
I'm done.
The governor of South Carolina. The Rileys kind of trace back to that. That's all I got, And then, if I go to some of my girls over here, that would be Dorothy Kerwin Thomas from Masoret, the blackest Irish place in the world.
Blackish Irish.
Blackish Irish.
Blackish Irish.
Because that's where the Irish owners went, and they had a whole bunch of enslaved folks, and stuff happened, and so now we got a lot of Rileys rolling through Masoret.
You know what? Since we're talking about stuff happening, he was the guest in the slaveholder's house, and had 2 children.
Guess what was entertainment, boys and girls?
Yeah, and he had 2 children by my second great grandmother. Then married the slaveholder's daughter, and had the nerve to name one of his sons the same name as my great great uncle. I'm just saying, girl.
Oh, did he now?
But his son died. His son died at 13.
Okay.
And that's where the girls, the twisted way that we celebrate St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, it's twisted.
Well, twisted. But everybody can find a bit of pride. Twisted.
If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. So, amen.
Yes. Wouldn't have a fabulous last name.
Right.
There we go.
I get me some pool when I go over there. When I visit Ireland, I want some pool. I want to be able to go in the pub and be like, Riley, hey!
Look, everybody will put down their beer can and turn around and look at her like,
no, girl, they're gonna be like, yeah, that's
look, no, this is what they're gonna do. They're gonna turn around and like, who let her in?
They're gonna be like, yeah, that's
and somebody's gonna stand up. She belonged to me.
She'd be like, that from the other side of the family. We get you. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But Angela, girl,
because that's what they do. That's what they do when. Okay,
Angela, you rocking that hat.
It is a good hat, girl.
So
you just don't. You don't even need.
See, whatever was. I'm blaming it. I'm blaming it on this bipolar weather because, like I told you, I really was going to show up in my purple turtleneck because y'all know I'm cold nature. And I said, you know what? Okay, let me support my girl. So I had to pull out the Mr. Rogers sweater, my cardigan. Remember, I was telling y'all about this is Mr. Rogers cardigan. Y'all know this is the famous Mr. Rogers cardigan. And I know this cardigan is probably over. Okay, how old is my children? I mean, it's old, okay, but it's faithful, Mr. Rogers, okay. And so I got him a little. See, there we go. Bam. There we go. Because y'all know you
okay. I'll be back. Okay.
See, Pat, you get cold, you gotta layer up. You know what
coordinate.
So then, I gotta coordinate. So, I got some little navy little pants going on here. And VR, I know this is not Western, but I got my cowboy boots on.
Look at you.
And I got my
girl, the hat matches the sweater that matches the boots, and you coordinate with your green top.
There you go. And I popped a little green for you guys. So, there we go. There we go. We got on green, and then we got, you layer up. That's how you deal with this bipolar wear. You layer up. You got the cardigan. You got the blazer. You got the Mr. Rogers sweater. Bam! There we go. And we coordinate, and then we matching. So that's my outfit on today, and it was inspired by, and that's what we're gonna talk about next. I mean, Pat, it was like 60, 70 degrees the other day. Then the other day it's like raining. Y'all know, like that rain, when it's like that cold rain, you don't even want to go out in it. I had to go to the grocery store. I was like, Lordy. I mean, I went out in it in the I know y'all my Instacart friends, but I had to go out in the trenches into the grocery store. And
that was a choice. You had to go.
And Anderson already knew, because for y'all that don't know,
you don't want nobody touching your fruit. That's your problem. You don't want nobody touching your fruit.
What it is I appreciate the rain, because I know we need it, because all this pollen that was coming so early and all this stuff, and we needed the rain to clear it out, to purify some stuff. I get that. But it was cold and it was raining. And then here I am, got to go in and out the car. So, of course, when I got back home, Anderson already knew. I was like, look, anything else you need, it's over for me, because
it's hard. It's the cart. It's the cart.
You are such
I know.
baby.
I can pull up and them get, but
you are such a baby. You're such a baby.
Who, me?
Yes.
But Pat, I've always been. It's something, which of course I have my umbrella and all that stuff, but it's something about like rain touching my skin and just being out in it and having to pull up the umbrella and then trying to get bags in the car. And then on top of that, Pat, it's cold. So I mean, rain mixed with cold.
You are such a baby. Come to St. Louis, because not only are we the show me state, we also say, if you don't like the weather in St. Louis, wait a day. Okay.
Oh,
it could be different the next day. Because we are used to fluctuating temperatures. It's just what it is. But I was in my house, and I've been in Houston for 2 weeks. We came back Wednesday, which was the peak of the day, which was 60 something. But we knew the weather was coming. So this morning it was 30 something, feels like 18. So what do I put on? Okay. I was late going to get my wig done because I was putting on equipment. I put on my leggies, under my jeans, put on my riding boots, put on my cap, and then I put on this big old fur thing. And I walked in the hairdresser. She's like, where are you going? I said, girl, it's cold outside. She said, it ain't that cold. I said, the temperature said it felt like 18. So I just get ready. That's all you have to do. Just layer up, girl.
That's the thing. That's the thing, Pat. In the winter, I know how to layer up. And so what had happened was, this was Sunday, right? It was all messy or whatever. And then like Monday wasn't like too warm or whatever. So I ended up to go out in the middle of the week, and I'm thinking, okay, these last couple of days it's been freezing, so I pull out like the big coat, Pat, the coat that got the lining on the inside. I get in my car, I was like, oh, I gotta come up out of this. It was so hot. I said, okay, here go this bipolar weather. Pat and them St. Louis
been having them summers
down in North Carolina.
Should have known better. You've been having them summers. You should have known better that your body was gonna trick you. You should have known. Instacart, girl. Save you a whole bunch of trouble. No private summers in the car. Instacart.
So
we need to get
share with us, boys and girls. What's the weather like where you be? Dear Pat, some of my friends I've been seeing, they got like 40 inches of snow. I'm like, oh my goodness. I was like, I should not complain.
California at that. But see, that's one thing about living in the Midwest. We have everything but hurricanes. We can get flooding, we can get tornadoes, we can get hail, we can get ice storms. We get the heat, we get the humidity, we get the frigid temperatures, we get the snow. To each his own. Have your own favorite season.
Yeah, pick one. Yeah. My sister with you, Caitlin, she got some snow. She's in Michigan too. She got some snow. She was showing us pictures like earlier in the month. It was like, oh, okay, nice.
Look, and you.
So how did y'all do? Well, Pat, I know you've been in Houston, so you were in. Well, I guess Texas and St. Louis is on the same time zone, so you didn't have to.
Yes, it is. It's on the same time.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. So how is everybody doing? How's everybody be with losing that hour on Sunday? Like, are y'all back together with your timing? Because it feels like, yeah.
But the real question is
that little extra hour.
But the real question is, when you fall back, do you feel that? When you get that extra hour of sleep, do you feel that extra hour? That's the real question.
I think it's just the spring forward. The spring forward, you lose an hour. Yeah, I think it's
that's always gonna mess you up when you lose an hour. But when you get an hour, does that help? That's what I'm saying.
See, the thing is, I don't remember noticing.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I don't remember noticing. I'll notice. Because I usually will say, oh, I got an extra hour in the fall. I'll just stay up.
What I'm gonna tell you.
I know
because more than likely we up anyway.
I loved working when I was working in television. I loved working the shift when it was on daylight savings time. I loved it because we had this big clock, and at 2:00 it would jump up to 3, and I got paid an extra hour, even though I'm getting ready to go. So I loved it. And then when it fall back, the person that had to be there too, I get to go home and still get paid that 8 hours. I loved it. But now it don't matter.
That's true. When you're writing all the time, it's just like, I get an hour and I got an hour taken away. It is what it is. It is funny.
Look, well, with our working schedules, we made that hour up, child. We made it up both ways.
That hour matters
because we probably still up when the time goes back.
That's the only time it matters, is when I gotta go to the airport, because I always think, is my clock right? Am I early or am I late?
Well, try to explain that.
Okay, VR. Now talking about that, I want y'all to spill the tea. Now, have you updated all your clocks? Like the clock in the car? Is there any clock that's still off? Yeah. I haven't updated. I'll probably wait for Anderson to do it. The one in the car. All the clocks in the house
might be
right.
But the stove clock might be right, because I don't think we changed it from the fall. The stove clock is, I think, right, because we didn't change that one at all. So I think that's right. But everything else auto updated, so we had to worry about that.
Oh my goodness. That is too funny. Well, I guess you like
for us inside the house. Yeah, I think we've updated the microwave, the stove, all the clocks. Of course, like you said, your phone and stuff like that auto update. So for me, the only one that's still off is the one in the clock. I mean, the one in the car, in my car. And
I changed mine. I just did.
Anderson to get through it.
I just went through. But see, that's the only thing when you go to a different time zone. I never change the time of my clock, because if I change the time of my clock, then let's suppose it's noon and I don't change the time of my clock and it's really 1, But then I'll go to my clock and say, okay, it's noon. But is it noon their time or my time? So then I get totally confused. So whenever I go out of town, I don't even wear a wristwatch anymore. But when I used to, I never changed the time so that I can go according to my time. But then I get confused and still don't know my time because So then I'll be like, my time is 12, but is it really my time? Or is it really?
That's why you always got it. Whenever y'all out there in the TV world and y'all send us an invite, put CST, EST,
right.
CDT, MNT, PST, whatever it is. Because we won't figure it out. We won't. Just do that. Or go with that.
Because we got peeps, we got peeps in all the time zones. We got peeps in all the time zones. So, for my West Coast folks, or what have you, I have to always remember they are 3 hours behind us. And then you guys know too, we have people that are in like other countries that, they 8 hours ahead of us, 8 hours behind, 6 hours ahead. So yeah, we need to know, what we dealing with. So we can be.
But look what Caitlin said about Michigan. They had a choice between Eastern and Central time, but chose Eastern. I want to know why. Why is that, Caitlin? What's wrong with us? What's wrong with us?
East Coast in the house.
They like us back. Y'all are an hour behind us. So
and then JB's excuse for not changing the clock over the fireplaces because she need a ladder. Right. Don't you got a neighbor with a ladder?
Let's ask who's ever showed up to church an hour early because they messed up?
I'm sure there's been people. I'm not the one.
Who showed up an hour late because they messed up?
Yeah. But I usually keep the
I show up late even without a clock time change, okay?
Yeah, but that's like an hour late into the service, he already up there. Or my favorite, when there's multiple services, you end up in the tail end of the service that's winding down, and then you got to decide, do I want to sit here and see what the beginning of the message was, or I just go home and catch it? Hey,
you a mess today, VR. You a hot mess.
These are just problems with this whole time changing thing.
You coming with everything you got today.
When the time, this one of them things, the time changing thing is a problem for me. Not be for you, but for me. Because then I get places, I start questioning myself. Am I early? Am I late? What am I going to do? Should I stay?
Oh, guys, check her out. Jacqueline Thomas in the house. Hey, Jacqueline, thank you for joining us on today. Jacqueline, we talking about the time change and this bipolar weather here in North Carolina. Fill us in, Jackie. Have you changed all the clocks in your house? VR may got one with a stove. She's not sure about the stove. All the other clocks is updated in VR house, and I think we good except for my car. And yes, ma'am, guys, Cold Case Deceit coming by Jacqueline Thomas March 28th. As well, guys, make sure you pre-order. You can go to Riches and Reading. Y'all know we love us some Riches and Reading. www.richesandreading.com. You can pre-order a copy there. You can go to Jacqueline's website. You can go to Amazon, where books are sold, Barnes and Nobles, all that good stuff, and get you a copy of Cold Case Deceit. Guys, let me just tell you, it's some goodness in that one. All right, so definitely make sure you check Jacqueline Thomas out for that.
Okay,
as well.
I think. In all honesty and fairness to VR and me, that we need to have us a cowboy show because you rocking that hat. And I just,
you know what? We're going to have us a cowboy theme. Yes, we're going to do it. We're going to do us a cowboy theme. As you know what? That might be a good theme too, like down the road. I know we got some other things coming up for CBLR, but a Western party. Woo, child.
ooh,
Yes.
Yeah,
We
okay.
gotta do it on CBLR. We got to bring out some, y'all know I love my Westerns, all that good stuff.
yeah, well, you rocking that hat. And I keep
Thank
looking
you,
at it.
Pat.
And I'm like,
Thank
she's just too cute in that hat. How come she get to be too cute? I need me a hat. I can be too cute.
Well, I said my outfit was inspired by this bipolar weather because I was really gonna have
No,
a purple
that is
turtleneck.
no.
But
You
then
need a
VR
heart.
sent a message that said that we had to wear green. So then I put on a green y'all know what I'm about. I have a green what we call our
Shirt?
things we wear, huh?
Camisole shirt.
Yeah, and y'all know, I couldn't come on air with all that hanging out. So then I had to pull out the Mr. Rogers. But then y'all know I got to match and coordinate. So I was like, oh shoot, let me pull out the cowboy hat with the cowboy boots, and I'm matching. So that's how I ended up with this outfit on, and not the purple turtleneck. So I'm still on that purple turtleneck. Yeah, Jacqueline, if you're wondering. It was kind of cold, and I wanted to wear a purple turtleneck, but then VR, I got the memo that we had to do some green.
Obviously, you need to get a green turtleneck. Then you be out.
Well, only thing I know is wear green. So this is as much preparation that we put into Fun Friday.
And there were no restrictions. It could have been green anything.
And then we don't know who it's coming from. We don't really know what the rest of the message is. I just saw green and I'm like, oh no, it took me 5 minutes to put on these earrings. They ain't coming out. They ain't coming out.
So look, but we end up coordinating because then VR went and grabbed her cardigan. And Pat, guys, if you just joining us, Pat gave us a fashion show. She had about 5 layers. Of green, guys, of green. And you said 3?
No, because you got the inside lining. You forgot about it.
Okay, yeah, because my lining. Yeah, where is the sucker?
So you had more layers.
Yeah. So that's how we all ended up with another layer on. And we were saying when it's cold, what you do, you layer up and all that good stuff. But let me tell you this, because I know we getting ready to go and let you guys have an amazing weekend. So yeah, today was St. Patrick's Day. And it is corned beef and cabbage day, which I guess coincide with
St.
Patrick's Day. But I was like, oh, and then that's all I saw. I was like, okay, what happened to the long encyclopedia of what all the day is? So
they all went to the bar and they said that's enough for us.
Well, let me ask you this.
They all went to the bar and said that's enough for us. We're going to eat this corned beef and we're going to be out and we're going to have the St. Patty's Day green things and they're going to be out either way.
But does your city celebrate? Because on the South City, they actually have the little green things all in the streets. They have the parade. They had a mass with the music. They go all the way out.
Oh,
but they're celebrating in Maserati.
Okay, you want to see if I'm there? There you go. That's my evidence.
They are celebrating in Maserati right now, which is kind of weird because there was a massacre on St. Patrick's Day because one of the rebellions. There's always one. You always got to know. There's always one that's gonna go rat the massa and tell on us, right? And so that led to a massacre. They just got rid of all the troublemakers, which was anybody that they thought was a troublemaker. So it's a huge massacre, but they actually celebrate that. I can't wrap my head around this. You gonna celebrate?
Well, you know what? I don't know if people really celebrate that. I think people are.
Oh, they do, girl.
No. What I'm saying is, I think people are looking for a reason to celebrate anything. Celebrate Dead Snakes. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe so.
I think people just looking for any reason to celebrate.
Yeah.
Because that's
any reason to drink green beer. I guess that's the thing.
Yeah. Well, we got the little green.
And I guess eat corned beef and cabbage. Corned beef and cabbage. Corned beef.
Cabbage, but I do like the corned beef sandwiches that are.
Hey, you don't like cabbage?
That's because her mama ain't cooking right.
No, that ain't it.
Yes.
Cabbage is a very gaseous food.
Because you gotta
it's gassy, but it's good.
I don't care.
You gotta roast the cabbage.
The number one, you going too deep.
You gotta roast it.
It don't matter. I don't want it. Give me the corned beef sandwich. You know what? Now I feel like going to Arby's and getting me a corned beef sandwich, a corned beef Reuben sandwich. Now that's what I'm feeling like.
Dang, girl, that's a lot of meat.
I know.
Corned beef and the Reuben part.
No, it's not. Well,
there's a Reuben sandwich. There's a corned beef sandwich, but you said a corned beef Reuben sandwich.
Did I say that? Yeah, well, that'll work.
Because it sounds fabulous, right? when I used to eat a lot of food. That sounds real fabulous.
I know. But I'm watching.
That would be like a 2-day meal for me right now. You did the corned beef and the.
I can see Vanessa and Pat. Let me tell y'all how bookish I am, right? So y'all sit here talking about the cabbage and the Reuben and the corned beef hash, and all I can think about is this scene in Jacqueline Thomas' book, his partnership proposal, where she don't really like Brussels sprouts, but my boy can cook. I mean, he was like this master chef,
and he roasted them.
These Brussels sprouts, and she like eating them, and they like some kind of good. I'm so bookish, y'all. If y'all want to know what I'm talking about, go get his partnership proposal. The dishes in there is like chef's kiss. Jackie, oh my goodness, I know those dishes were so good. But that's what my mind was going, is these just Brussels sprouts that brother man was fixing.
Yes.
And you know, she didn't really eat Brussels sprouts, but when he fixed them,
that face,
you know, even though she was like, I still don't like Brussels sprouts.
Because your mama did like
I know she did.
They boiled that stuff.
No,
you're supposed to roast. You roast them, they turn out, the bitterness is gone. They turn out much better. You gotta roast certain vegetables.
They're gaseous.
You gotta roast them.
They're gaseous food. And let me just say, you don't want to be in rooms with people with gaseous food.
You don't want to be in people who boil their cabbage. That's going to gas you.
Only thing I'm saying
is
that on the airplane,
you roast it, you got to 50 shot.
Home, on the airplane coming back home, somebody must have had a lot of unboiled roasted cabbage in the exit row.
No, they boiled that sucker. If you could smell it, I was pretty sure that was boiled.
Emergency landing because
it was boiled. It did. Trust me.
Well, guys, look, that's our show. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. If you got something going on, hey, come hang out with me tomorrow at the cafe. I will be hanging out with Arthur LaQuette at her latest release for Angela's Great Tea. Go get Jacqueline Thomas' Cold Case.